Information America's farmers and ranchers need to know. Adams on Agriculture. Now, back to Mike Adams.
And back here in Kansas City at the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention, our thanks to USDA Undersecretaries Bill Northey and Ted McKinney for being on with us. And you heard the announcement from Ted McKinney and opening up for some U.S. poultry sales into China. That's some good news, hopefully a sign of bigger things to come. And we talked with NCGA President Kevin Ross. Also here are a lot of folks from agribusiness, and we always like to find out what's new and what's going on there. And we're happy to have with us Lynn Justesen. He's Technical Service Lead for Row Crops for UPL. Lynn, good to talk with you again. Let's talk about the new UPL. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Mike. So UPL is, we came together here in April. It is a combination of UPI and Arista Life Science in the past. So what's that mean? It's all good news, but what's that mean? What it means is this, is we're now the number 5 global chemical crop protection company in the world. That gives us the opportunity to be a leader in both food systems and crop protection. And as you look at that and you look at what's that mean to the guys in North America, I want to start out globally and talk about that a little bit. We have 200 AIs that we currently use globally, different active ingredients. With that, there's roughly 13,000 different separate registrations across the globe. You break that down to North America, there's 87 or so active AIs that we use within this area. So as you look at that and you start thinking about that, all of a sudden our access point has went from both companies being pretty narrow to now it's a very, very wide swath. So I think that lends us, puts us in a position where we can offer solutions that are very unique and very different than any other company in the business right now.
You know, when companies come together, when there's a merger, I think a lot of times growers are concerned, will they get the same service? Will they get the same, will they get the advantages that we often hear about? What can you tell growers what the new UPL can offer them?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think I think the biggest thing and the biggest aha and the biggest takeaway out of all this is it makes us basic in manufacturing in all of these things. So as you come together, sometimes things are outsourced, sometimes they're put off to other places, or you use toll, or you use other people to do stuff. That's not UPL's philosophy at all. They want to own it all in house from the time we start making it until it shows up at our grower's desk. So with that helps a lot. I think also on top of that is as you said, mergers and with that many AIs in particular, we're working on integrating our portfolio. So what that allows us to do is what works in central Iowa is not necessarily what would work in southern Indiana. But because of the broadness of that, and you start looking at that portfolio, it allows us the opportunity to pick and choose things that work best for each one of the growers within that. That, I think, speaks a bit to how nimble and how flexible we can be with what we do. As we look at that and we think about our flexibility with that, the ability to move is very good. Myself, I'm a little fearful that as you get bigger, things get more cumbersome and you become the big gorilla that can't move. What I can share with you is we are a very flat company. Large enough to serve you with our world-class manufacturing, yet nimble enough to be able to adapt and change and move with the market. I think the other thing, and from my standpoint, being in the tech service part as part of the tech development, being in that tech development size, we're going to go from a staff in North America that was about 15 people to north of 30. So if that and nothing else will improve. One, we'll understand our systems better. Two, we'll be able to take molecules and maybe use them in unique, creative ways and build out portfolios that can be that will be second to none. You throw into that we're either number 1 or 2, depending on who you talk to, in the biosolutions and innovative nutrition worldwide. You take and you combine that in the row crop U.S. That's probably one of our most underdeveloped markets. If you take and we take some notes from what we see in the specialty crops and what we see from worldwide, biosolutions is a huge player all the way across the world. In the row crop in particular, we need to get better at it. There's some bad nomenclatures about that it's snake oil, it's foo-foo juice. There's lots of things and negative connotations around that. what I can assure you is UPL is taking that and looking at it as a scientific background. If it doesn't meet the same standards as our traditional chemistry does, we don't move it forward. We can't use it. It has to be an improvement. It has to be something that is solid scientifically, because we have to consistently add value to our customers, because if our customers aren't profitable and we can't do things to help them be more profitable, we're all out of business.
You have what you call the UPL Open Ag Vision. What's that?
So Open Ag is really this. It's trying to think a little bit differently. It's no boundaries, no borders. We're trying to think broader. We're trying to think outside of the box. If there are things that don't make sense within the ag system and are broken, why continue to do them? Again, and I think it all builds in and around our flexibility within the market. If we see something that we don't like, if we see something that we need to change, we will in fact go in, find it, change it, and move with it. And that's taking all the way from the ground up, from the grower up, and trying to listen to our customers all up and down the change to make a better system, because long term we need to be sustainable. We need to be able to feed the world, not feed our country, but feed the world with what we do.
You know, when you look at a full spectrum crop system, and the products you have there, and how you can orchestrate those, and give us an example of how that would work for a producer.
Yeah, I think I'd lean that, and I'd go right at the Unlock 5. Unlock 5 we announced just a little over, just about a year ago at NAFB, and then we did a full launch at the Commodity Classic last year. And what that is looking at the different strategies in the 5 different crop stages in a crop's life, and looking at those, not only what's happening there, but what's going to happen, and then start applying practices to that. The Unlock 5 in our layering system is proving out that even in a corn system, for instance, we can add somewhere between 18 and 20 bushels just by layering things in the right order.
Very good. Lynn, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Mike.
Very good. Lynn Justesen, Technical Service Lead Row Crops for UPL. UPL, a global leader in ag and food systems. All right, we wrap it up for today from here in Kansas City, the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention. Back here again tomorrow. Hope you'll join us on AOA. Have a great day, everyone.